Welcome to Different Walks, Different Talks.
Okay, so today we have around episode 12, I think. Maybe
12?
I'm wrong. Today
I
we
mean,
have...
I think it's either 8 or 9, but whatever.
No, I think it's 12 because
Oh,
yesterday
you
was
did
already
two more.
8 because
Oh.
we clip it short.
Oh,
So
okay.
yesterday
Okay,
I got
restart,
Michael
restart.
G. Today we have Michael Mokry. So if you want to introduce yourself a little, Michael Mokry.
Yeah, so I think because I don't talk to so many people, and I might be a little bit more mysterious to some. So I'm just gonna go over pretty much like my life up until now. Just so my parents are Slovak. My mom is Vera Mokry. She came from Slovakia, from this like small village, and then my dad was born here in Canada, but his two parents were from Slovakia, and they came here like during the '60s. So that's for my parents. As for something like a little bit interesting about what my last name means, so Michael Mokry. So Mokry, or that's how you pronounce it in the more English way, but it means wet. So that's a little bit interesting.
Michael Wet.
So sometimes when you go to like some place with just like some other family friends, and then like obviously Slovak, so they understand it, and then it's raining, and then they would say something like, "Oh, like we know the Mokrys are here because it started raining," or something like that, or like,
That's fun.
"Oh, like the weather was so good until they came, and now you mess it up," or something like. Or if there's like some event that we don't go to, and there's good weather, then we can say, "Oh, you know what? It's probably good because the Mokrys didn't come."
Oh.
The thing is that honestly isn't even that bad because on my mom's side, her last name was Shurayova, which means like a pisser pretty much.
A what? Sorry?
A pisser. So it's like a curse.
Oh.
So the thing is, like, my mom...
Why is he so
yeah,
bad?
I don't know,
last
honestly.
names?
Like, we have some other family friends that they're called the Trnkosi, which pretty much means drinkers.
Drinkers.
So,
Wow.
and then we have some family friends that are called the Koslanskis, and they don't go to church, so like it means the churchgoers. So it's like,
What?
it's Slovak.
How come the last names are all like that? Like,
I mean,
they seem
honestly,
so funny.
Yeah, so there's some strange things about that. The thing is, my mom and like my other like aunts or like at least my uncles, they didn't get made fun of it. But what's a little bit sad is that my aunt did get made fun of it. So like the teachers would kind of like disrespect it in that way. So that wasn't so great.
I never knew how to spell your last name. I need to apologize.
Yeah, so
I
it's
accidentally spelled you as Mokry in my
okay.
in my details contact number, and then I had to change it.
Yeah, so mockery is to like make fun of somebody.
Yeah,
That's
mocking something. Yeah, right.
Mockry, but
Yeah.
this is just Mokry. So
Yeah,
without the
okay.
C.
Oh, Mokry. That's how you spell it. Okay.
Mhm.
I spelled mockery wrong as well. I put E in there.
Yeah, who cares?
Right.
Anyway, so when I was born, I was actually in Toronto in St. Joseph's Hospital, and what's kind of funny was I was supposed to be named Patrick, and the thing is, so my grandma, because this was now in Canada, so my mother, she got a postcard for like congratulating her on my birth. And it was like to Patrick for like congratulations for giving birth to Patrick, but then my mom changed it and she was like, no, like my son isn't named Patrick now, so that's kind of funny.
Last second change, was it? Like last second change?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, I mean, she was going through it, and the thing is, like,
Yeah.
my grandma's really nice, like in Slovakia, so she would kind of do something a little bit preemptively like that.
Okay.
But anyway, so my life in Toronto, it wasn't as busy as Toronto is now. I'd say from like 2007, like.
Sorry to cut you off. So you were born and you lived a bit in Toronto.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the thing is, my grandfather, he used to work for like Toronto Hydro or Ontario Hydro, either one of those.
Ontario Hydro is
Ontario Hydro. That's what it is. Yeah, so it was like with electrical things. It's just
like the whole water system.
So Ontario Hydro, it's technically water, like in the name, it's water, but it's like all electrical stuff.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
And the thing is, so like they were like, I'm assuming they were downsizing. So my grandfather was one of those people that they were going to cut off. So they said, okay, like you can work for another like few years, and then like you're gonna have to go. Or what you can do is like you can leave now, and we can give you like an earlier retirement package. Oh, okay. So this was when he was 50. Oh, that's the thing. So yeah, he retired pretty early, and with the money that he got from that package, he started building houses. Oh, so he actually built 3 houses
as a project, like a passion project, or for work, or was he doing?
I mean, the thing is, he was retired, so I guess like he still had some energy. He was 50 years old.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I mean,
he wanted to do something.
Yeah, he wanted to.
Right.
Like have some like good stuff in his life.
Yeah.
Anyways, so my father took after that as well, and because of that, we were always moving from house to house.
Oh wait, because you were building like houses everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much. So we would live in one house, and then we would move somewhere else. We would tear that house down, and then we would fix it up. We would move back there, and then again we would go to another house, fix it
Wow.
up. So honestly, like I don't know if I'm right with this. Like I'd have to ask my mom, but we moved 13 times.
Wow.
So
Just around Canada.
yeah,
like
pretty
around
much.
Toronto area, the GTA
So
area?
I mean, from the most of it was in Toronto, and then 2 houses in Burlington.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna like see if this might not be perfectly correct, but first like the earliest that I could remember was when I was just like really young and we used to live in an apartment.
Me too.
Then we went to like this house on Jane Street, 169 Jane Street,
Oh, you remember?
and yeah, it was kind of like a semi-detached house, so it was like pretty much one house from the outside. The inside it was like split in the middle, and you had two people.
There are houses like that here. Yeah, right.
And honestly, at the time, in Toronto wasn't that bad. But what happened was this was a 4-lane road, and they changed it so that during rush hour you would be able to still park. So a 4-lane road turned to a 2-lane road, and that made it incredibly busy. So that's kind of like one reason why my dad wanted to move, like from Toronto. Because the thing is, there's this one of this house that he built in a really nice area. So I think it was. I know on the streets, my grandfather built either like 3 and I think 1 other address, and then we built on.
Sorry. So did you build a house completely from scratch? So
Yeah,
was this
so
a
we
plot
had,
land
like-
before?
Yeah, so when
Wow.
we took a house, we tore it down, and then we built it up again.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just you guys, no one else, no other contractors.
Well, yeah, there's everybody else. It's just like
But
usually.
were you the main planners of the building?
So my
houses?
dad like did everything with design. So usually you would have
Oh.
somebody else, because the thing is he's a mechanical engineer.
Right.
So
yeah.
before like his grandfather retired, he was doing stuff like machinery. So again, there's a
Would
few.
he draw like the blueprint of the house or something?
Yeah, so he did that. So
Oh, wow,
he
cool.
took I mean, he really overdid it because he used the software that you would use for like say designing engines, so incredibly complex to design a house.
Oh,
So
I
the thing
see.
is, he could have gotten away with a much
easier program.
Yeah, much easier program. But the thing is, he really wanted to have it like for himself, so he paid $5,000. And like
Wow.
at that time, that would have been a crazy amount of money, but it was
Yeah.
professional software.
Wait, so I'm confused here too. So was the houses just like you guys bought it and you built it for fun? Like, did you sell it for money afterwards?
Well, this is the thing. So we bought it in a particular neighborhood that was really nice. But then going back to the 4-lane road that turned to 2 lanes. So it got really congested in that area. So they started to take a whole bunch of side roads to get there. And our house was on one of those side roads. So it was incredibly busy there.
And did you guys end up just selling your house? So it
Yeah,
was like
the
an
thing
investment thing.
Well, it was never supposed to be an investment because again, my dad put in so much time into making that house.
Oh, so
it
it was
was
meant to be your house.
Yeah, it was
right,
it was
right,
meant
right.
to be like 100% our house.
Right.
So he kind of designed it to like his I think it was like the English Tudor-style, which is just like it's like not 1970s, 1700s, 1800s, like English.
Callum would love that house.
Yeah, so it was like pretty much white, and you would have these like beams of of wood. It looked really nice. And another thing was that you would have like lofts. So
What's a loft? Sorry.
So with just a ceiling like this is just an even height all throughout.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
for
lofts. Is that like the peaks?
Yeah. So
I do like those. Yeah.
so for the
right.
upper floors, you would have cathedral ceilings, so
Those
it
do
would go
feel
really
nice.
high in the middle.
Yeah. Those
And then
are
in
nice.
all that space that you would have here, he would build something so you could have storage space.
Oh,
so it was
that's
really
why
cool.
not.
Where like if you had a hide and go seek, you would just put the ladder up and then you'd climb to it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
so it was really cool.
So okay, but then you guys did not build like 13 houses thinking it was gonna be your house, right?
Okay, so the ones that my grandfather built, those were supposed to be as like an investment or like for business. But the one that my dad built was supposed to be for us.
Sorry, so you must have had a lot of money having like building all these houses everywhere, right?
Well, yeah, my dad.
Right.
No, my dad.
Right.
My grandfather was definitely like quite well off.
Yeah, because you had how many houses he built by himself? Like 10 houses, no? Yeah.
Well, not 10 houses, but
like 7 houses.
Yeah, so 3 on one street, and then
3, right?
1 on like somewhere else, which used to be where my grandmother lived.
So 4 houses you built.
And then there was also some houses that we renovated. So that
you renovated them.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you guys are like crazy at like construction, or would it be more like a Like a
I
house
mean, the thing
building?
is,
I don't know what that
we would
trade be
also
called.
do some of the like technical work that you would have a contractor for.
Oh, like what? Like laying in the pipes or like the electricity?
Um,
I should get Samuel Fawn
I
on
mean,
this.
just like some things that wouldn't be worth hiring somebody. So like if
like
it's
what?
let's say
Like putting in
paint,
the backboards.
yeah,
As
something like
Samuel
that,
has
absolutely.
right.
So the thing is, sometimes you would have, let's say, like a wall that you want to take
Yeah.
down. So we would do something like that.
Oh,
Or it's like
wow.
one specific thing that has a lot of. Okay, because let's say you want to frame a whole house, you would want to have somebody for that because like that would take a long time. But if
Yeah.
it's like a whole bunch of like that have or a whole bunch of separate skills they have to put together into one thing, then my dad would just do it because then he wouldn't have to hire so many people.
Huh,
And the thing is, the fewer
wow.
people that you hire.
And did your dad have the
Yeah.
time to do all that while he was working as like a mechanical engineer?
So he did this after as a mechanical engineer. So pretty much, my grandfather started, and the thing is, the pay that my dad had as a mechanical engineer was absolutely horrible. So I mean, even at that time, it was $25 an hour,
Oh wow.
which were like
that
for
is very horrible.
yeah. So like for a degree in that time, that was
That is
not
not a great
job.
investment at all. That's
Yeah.
how much I need to get paid right now for tennis at summer
Yeah.
camps.
So I mean, in that time, that was like pretty bad.
Wow, yeah, right.
And also the thing is, one company that I worked for now it went bankrupt, but Falcon High Tech, where what they would do is they would make specific things for testing parts. So let's say you have a specific part and you have all these holes that have to be a specific size and a specific location. So the thing is, if you were to just test that all by hand, you can have this really fancy machine called a CMM, like a coordinate measuring machine. The thing is, that would take a really long time to do, especially if you're doing like thousands apart. So what they would do is they would have a fixture, and pretty much what it would be is you would have no gauges and go gauges, where you would take the part, and if it fits into the go gauge, it's good, and if it doesn't fit into the no go gauge, then it's good.
Wait,
so pretty much,
sorry, hold on. Is this to test like parts of
yeah,
like a
it's to test the
factory?
part. Yeah, so pretty much instead of having to
Like
measure
a mold? Like a mold needs a hole there? Is
Um,
this what you mean? Like what do you mean by the holes on something? Like what is that thing?
oh, so let's just say you have a part that has a whole bunch of holes in it.
Like
So
what part for what? Like part for
like literally anything.
like
So,
maybe like a gear or something?
um,
Is that a bad example? I don't
no,
know.
like yours honestly fine because the thing is, this type of like test you could use for basically anything.
Oh, okay.
But pretty much, just instead of having to measure everything by hand, you just plop it into two things,
Oh.
and if it goes into one, then it's good. If it doesn't go into the other, it's good. So pretty much, let's
Oh,
say,
I see what you mean.
so if something's let's say 1 inch and it has to be plus or minus, let's say 0.5 inches.
Okay.
Then you would have let's say one hole that's 0.9 inches and another hole that's 0.1 inches. So if it fits into the 0.1 inch hole, then it's good. And if it doesn't fit into the 0.9
Yeah, it's like
inch hole,
it's
then
like
it's good.
if loop in computer science.
Yeah, so pretty much just like if it's between these two values, it's good.
It's
And
like
the
an
thing
if
is,
statement. Okay.
yeah, so you can have this for like threads. So if it like a screw
That's
goes
cool.
into it.
So is this
or-
what your dad did?
Yeah, so I mean, one of
Fulton
the
High
things.
Tech. Okay. Did
yeah,
he
that my dad
design the
did.
process or something?
Yeah, so he would make all those things, or like he would design them on the software, and then you would have somebody else that would take. It's kind of like 3D printing now, where you have just like your design, and then you put it into. Oh, I'm sorry, but I forget what it's called. But I think it's a slicer, and then what it does is it takes the part and it makes a whole bunch of layers.
Oh
from
yeah,
it.
yeah, right.
And then
Mr. Galley, I think it's that.
maybe.
Yeah.
And then what it also does is it takes like all the coordinates that are within the part and it turns it into G code, which is something that the machine can understand. So you have a whole bunch of like motors into it, and when it pretty much reads the code, then it goes to all those places and it makes it. So the thing is, something like 3D printing, it's not that complicated because it's just one material. Well, something like metal, where you're taking metal away, then you want to have a specific like tool for every single operation that you would be doing. So let's say if there's a drill to make a hole, tap to make the threads in the hole. If you want to, let's say, make a surface flat, then you would use either like a fly cutter or a face mill. If you're wanting to like make a pocket in a part, you would use an end mill. And the thing is, every single part has specific feeds and speeds. So how fast is the tool spinning and how or fast it's going around.
Well.
So in the past, all these things, like let's say in the 1980s, when used to all be done by hand. So
right. So relating this back to your granddad, so like sort of cut you short on this thing right here. So So what happened was that you guys built a lot of houses, and then you moved around a bunch because your dad, his job wasn't that well, right? So he just started building houses and stuff with.
Yeah, so he just saw that the work that he was doing just wasn't worth his time. So he saw that his grandfather was able to be really successful doing this. So he just took it over pretty much.
And how was your experiences moving around the GTA and all these houses?
I mean, honestly, it wasn't that bad. The biggest thing was that we'd be moving schools a bunch.
Right, I had that
so
too.
I never really had
the friend circles, the close friends, right? That's the issue, right? Yeah, so, exactly.
I would it would only be the best friends I would have that I still have to this time, but I wouldn't really have intermediate friends, I guess you could say.
I see. Yeah, it's easier for because you need some more bonding. Right? Yeah.
So from I went to this one preschool. Again, I forget the location for sure, but one nice thing that I remember from it was I got this bucket of cookie batter from our teachers, and then we made cookies. And another thing was that this would be with my mom. She would take me back, and then we would go to Domino's Pizza. So that's another nice memory I have.
That's nice.
So that was from just preschool. Then from kindergarten to grade 2, I went to one school, which was close to the 169 Jane Street location. And then I went to this one Catholic private school for a little bit. And the thing is, private school, but
just honestly, Michael G.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, I really liked it, but it wasn't a rich private school. So it was.
It's a nice private school, a nice little community.
Yeah, so it was. It only had 80 students in it, and that was from kindergarten to high school. So it was incredibly small. Basically, every single class was a split class.
A class is a grade.
Yeah, pretty much. No, 2 grades in one class.
Wow.
But honestly, I liked it a lot. So that was from
2 grades in one class, all the way to high school.
No, so that was from grades 3 to 5, and
okay.
In grade 5, that was during the time when they changed the law, so you would be able to have cars parking. So that was one decision that drove us away from Toronto, was that change, and also that the taxes just increased like crazy. So we sold the house and then we moved to Burlington.
So is this your 3rd move already?
No, this again, because the thing is, there was a few houses that we would just keep on going back and forth between, as we.
It's that one TV show. I forgot the name of the TV show. Did you watch much TV shows?
No, not really.
Oh, I don't know the names. God damn it! But it's kind of like that. They built houses and it was really fun. Yeah. It was they live in these built houses that no one lives in. It's an empty village. Yeah.
But anyway, so then we moved to Burlington, and we went to this other private school that my parents were recommending, that my parents were recommended from some other family friends. Yeah. This was in Mississauga.
Okay. And wait, when you were living in Burlington?
Yeah, we were living in Burlington, and we were thinking.
You're thinking preschool in Mississauga? That's so far.
No. So this wasn't preschool, but so we moved to Burlington, and we really liked that one school that I was from grades 3 to 5. But it was a bit too far, so we thought maybe let's go to another school that is a little bit closer in Mississauga.
Okay.
The thing is, though, that I was there for a short time in grade 6, and I didn't really like it there that much. The thing is, it was much more posh. So it was.
It's like one of your poshy schools.
Yeah, so it was a lot more expensive.
Snobby kids.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it was kind of funny because you would have some really smart people there, and then you would have some people that I'm wondering, why are they even there? You know what I mean? So there was this one thing where there was this guy. There was a construction site that was going on.
Okay.
Just on the fence of that school. Okay. And there was just this long fluorescent light that's full of mercury. And I don't know what that guy was thinking, where he just took the light and he smashed it into the fence, making a whole mess of glass on the ground.
Of mercury?
Well, I mean, those types of lights have mercury within them.
Wow.
So it's
I mean, I wouldn't know if I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'd probably laugh at it.
Anyway, so we didn't really like it there. It wasn't worth the time. And another thing that had happened was there was this one English learning resource that they were trying to use called Raz Kids.
Raz Kids. Sounds sketchy.
Yeah, it was quite sketchy. But the thing is, you would based on what you would do, if you read something, you would answer comprehension questions. Then what you would do is you would get a whole bunch of stars for it. So
it's a little video game.
Yeah, basically just a video game.
Prodigy. Did you ever play Prodigy as a kid?
It was even worse than that. Where it's they're trying to make. It was honestly it wasn't fun to use. But what was kind of funny was that instead of using an actual password, they just used two pictures. So you would just have a grid.
Oh, I remember those back in New Zealand. They do have those as well. Your password is grape and tomato, right?
Yeah, something like that. It's just the thing is the combinations were so few. So what I did was I just started to do random combinations, and I got a few people's passwords. And then what I did was I would just grind on their account instead of mine.
Why?
Because I just found it like really entertaining. You would be like, oh, I was hacking and whatnot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the thing is, so I would just grinding one weekend.
So some other kid, they go in, they're like, wait, I'm already level 4 comprehension.
Yeah. So this is like after
That's
the
funny.
weekend, we came back. And the thing is, the friend that I was doing it to was I was his friend, so he was okay with it.
Oh,
but,
okay.
He didn't give me the code. I still found it. And then the vice principal of the school went to him. He was like, wow, like, look how much effort you put into this. How long did it take? And stuff like that. And then he said, like, you got to like 10,000 stars. And then he said, oh, I didn't do it. My friend did.
Oh, no.
Like, yeah, so like I got huge. Like, I
got you in trouble?
Yeah, huge trouble for that. No, so like I was crying and they gave me like, because this was a Catholic school, so they gave me like a prayer card so like I could read it over to like feel sorry about it and stuff like that.
Oh.
So that was one thing that my parents were like, okay, Michael, that was pretty stupid. But like it's also kind of stupid that the school made such a big fuss of it. So
that's
that was
true.
Kind of one of the reasons why I left.
Oh, fair. Okay. All right.
And another kind of interesting thing there was we had this extremely professional music teacher there. So what you would do is
they get you.
So we would sing in like all the different voices, you know, like alto, soprano, tenor, and stuff like that.
Just don't even know those things exist.
Pretty much just like voice ranges. So we would have like 4 like groups of people sing the song. Mm-hmm. And another thing, I think they were called like tone chimes, but it's pretty much you would have these 2 things in your hands, and you would when you would do like a motion with them, then there would be this like little hammer that would hit it, and it would make a sound. Okay. So pretty much every single person would be responsible for 2 notes, and and you would have pretty much like the whole scale. And each person would have their own. Like
you're like your little key on the keyboard.
Yeah, kind of like that. So instead of just one person like playing the piano, and, like,
your whole class is playing the piano. I hate piano. That. So I know some kid is gonna mess it up at the very end. You know.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we would have in some songs we would do it just like with those like tone chimes, and then with some of the songs I was playing the recorder. And the thing is, before then I didn't really know how to play the recorder. So one person just like the music teacher just asked, okay, like who knows how to play the recorder? And I just raised my hand.
Brave boy.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, again, I didn't really play that well because in my previous school we did a little bit, but that was really just like the basic stuff. I didn't really know much songs before then.
Well, did he get angry at you or something? What happened?
Was it?
Did he get angry at you or something afterwards?
Well, no. I mean, she honestly didn't have that big an issue with me.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is, like, grade 6, that was like a bit of my puberty going on. So like my voice started to decrease. So the thing is, I was singing soprano. And then, like, my voice decreased so much that I couldn't sing soprano anymore.
Wait, what does it mean decrease? Like it went down?
So, like, the pitch that I was able to
I see. Okay.
So I would try to sing, and then I wouldn't be able to reach that note or whatever. Yeah. And then, like, she would single you out. She's like, okay, somebody is singing something wrong. So she would say, like, okay.
Did she ever single you out?
You know, she absolutely would single me out.
What
the thing is, like, she wasn't
mean.
Yeah, she wasn't that mean. She was like really strict.
But that's like some kids hate that, you know, like they'll be so embarrassed. Like, wow.
I mean, the thing is, like, you would have 30 people, and she was a professional that was doing it, so she'd single you out for sure if you're doing something wrong.
And this was private school, right?
Yeah,
makes sense.
But there was this one. They would also be doing like dance, and I'm pretty sure she was the teacher that was doing it. But there was this one guy, and he was like the same guy that hit the glass.
Oh, the stupid fella that smashed the light, right?
So what he did was you would have these like large windows like between the walls, so you could kind of see what's going on. So what he did was they were doing their practice on one side, and you would have the wall.
Practice what? Dance?
Like dance, let's say, or dance or music. Mm-hmm. And then she was standing here, and then this guy, he came to the window, did like some weird like funny face, and then everybody giggled, and then she turned around, saw him, and she ran after him.
Really?
Yeah. So wow, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we left there, and then we went to St. Raphael. So that's in Burlington. And then that's when I was like with Nathaniel, Callum.
Oh yeah, you were with them already.
Yeah. What's funny is I came on like the April 1st. Huh. So everybody thought that I was just like a joke. You know
April Fools, like
so they like
he's not here.
Yeah. So honestly, like that was kind of fun.
That's fun.
And yeah, honestly, like really good experience from there. So from just like grade 6 and like the last part of it, then from grade 7 to 8. Grade 7, I had a really great teacher, Mr. Stevenson. He went to Camp Tenamacoon, which was like this park in
Is it like Algonquin?
Yeah, Park? In Algonquin Park. It was within it.
Oh wow, I've never been there. I want to go. Is it nice?
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Really
so
beautiful.
The thing is, we were there for 1 week, and what they would alternate would be with the girls would be in like some place and then guys would be in another. Just so
Yeah, right.
something
Of
fun
course. I
doesn't
remember
happen.
back in New Zealand we had that, and then the guys would like throw like fart spray into the girls.
Yeah. So like we didn't have that problem.
back in New Zealand.
Mhm. I mean, they were closer to the washrooms, but we had really nice cabins that were right along the lake, so they were kind of pissed off because
Yeah,
they
right.
didn't have it.
Lakeside cabins.
Yeah, like the cabins that they had were like really badly insulated, so they were complaining about like how I mean, it's like their deodorant would be all like frosty or something like that. But yeah, it was pretty fun. So I caught a fish there as we would look at the stars. Charlie Gedge. He flipped over in a kayak there. The thing is, he really didn't understand what the fuss was about it because they were saying like, oh, don't swim, the water's cold, but then they would go swimming. So he kind of like on purpose did it. You know what I mean? Just like so you get in the water.
That's a fun experience.
What's unfortunate though was that okay, so
Nathaniel was there?
Yeah. Okay, that's the thing. That's the funny
Charlie
story.
Gedge cook his teeth there?
No. That was well after. Okay. But so the thing is, we went there on Monday, and it was supposed to be through Friday. And Tuesday morning, had all my fishing stuff, and I was walking, just like to the dock. And the thing is, I walked there before, but like apparently, just like I hadn't heard about it. But there was this massive wasp nest that was there.
Oh no!
So the thing is, I was walking.
Wait, were you walking by yourself?
I was walking by myself.
I thought all these little activities will be a camp counselor.
Yeah, so some of the activities that you would just do on your own time, some of them would be scheduled.
Oh, you can do it by your own time. That's
yeah. So I was just walking with all my stuff, and then I felt something bite me, and I looked down, huge
swarm of
wasps like around my legs.
Oh no! What do you do?
I don't know. So I just dropped all my stuff, and the thing is, I was swatting them off. Yeah. But what was kind of funny was that everybody thought that I was dancing. It's like from like the above, so you were.
Oh yeah, they don't know what's happening.
So like they were cheering me on and stuff like that because they thought I was just like messing around. So what was unfortunate was that Nathaniel, he came and trying to like help me out, like what's going on. He got stung, as well as D'Angelo Urbino. So
yeah, that's funny.
And again, so Nathaniel got stung once. I don't know for sure about D'Angelo. And I got stung 7 times. The thing is, this was my second time getting stung by a wasp.
So I've been stung once actually on the hand. We're playing a freeze tag. I was on the fence. I put my hand like this over the fence, and there was a wasp nest there, like a really tiny one. And then like the wasp stung me. This one wasn't too bad. It was like a searing hot pain though.
I see.
Yeah.
Honestly, so yeah, the thing is that
it was quite bad. Yeah.
It's just Nathaniel was allergic. So he was
he's allergic to wasps.
So he wasn't even there for 24 hours, and he had to go home.
No.
So that was like it sucked for him. So
Did he not have a zippy pen with him?
No,
or like
so
was it just so bad he needed to go to the
they gave him like Benadryl and stuff like that.
Oh man.
So like he had to go home. So it was really sad for him. And the thing is, he wanted to be there for like there was like because he would have a schedule for what we would have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah. So I know he really wanted to come for one thing, and that one thing that he wanted to come for, he wasn't able to get.
No, man, that sucks for Nathaniel. I need to tell him about this. I didn't even know this was a thing. That's so funny. Yeah, we'll walk like just from his house to Callum's house, and his mom will be like, "Grab the EpiPen, Nathaniel. Yeah. What if there's a wasp?" And we'll laugh at him. Yeah. So honestly, it was 7. So the first it wasn't been bad for you.
Yeah, the first day was pretty bad. But then the second day, it would be like kind of every so often, it would just feel like somebody jabbed me with a pencil.
Right.
And the thing is, then it would go away.
Was it swollen? Was it like badly swollen?
It wasn't that bad again because I wasn't really allergic to it. So like I don't know, maybe.
Wait, and how did the wasp get away? Did you guys just fight it off and they just buzzed away or something?
I mean, the thing is like they're not like bees, so they just fly off when they feel
they
injected the desirable amount of.
That wasn't your first thought, like jump into the lake? Like
no, that's the thing. So some people said that I should have done that.
That's what I would think of.
Yeah, like I had all my stuff on me, so I just dropped it, and you know what I mean. Like that's
but I have heard that they do follow, like if they do wait for you to service, and then they just sting you in the head.
Well,
I don't know. That's true.
I don't know. I just stood there for a bit, and then Nathaniel came. He got me, and then Nathaniel got stung as well.
That's too bad. That's so funny.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
So that was Saint Raphael.
Yeah,
and I wanted to ask you, Michael G did a lot of French in his little like primary school, middle school. Did you do any French programs or no?
No, that's the thing. So that's another story. Like I sucked at French. So when I came in grade 6, because like I was into chemistry and stuff like that, still am. So what I did was I brought this reaction to school called the iodine clock reaction. So
iodine clock reaction. We did an AP.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So if you did it, you get it.
You did it in what grade? Grade what?
In grade 6.
Grade 6, just out of fun.
Yeah. So that was just like I would bring like some things to school every so often. So this was in French. I had like the 2 test tubes, and I poured it into the water bottle. and then like 30 seconds to a minute later, and then like it turns colors.
Yeah, right.
And the thing is, I opened it and I gave it a sniff, and then she was like, "Damn, this smells kind of funny." And then so I asked Madame, like, "Madame, can you smell my water bottle?"
Who's Madame? Are you
That was just like our French teacher.
Oh
And
no!
she got pissed off. So
why?
I mean, the thing is, I didn't care really much that about French, and she was saying like, "Oh, like first impressions are like really important, and you're giving me a really bad first impression. Can't you see that Crystal Fromel wants to learn French?" And like, you couldn't care less about French.
Wait, Chris isn't the one in my religion class.
Yeah. So yeah, so she got quite disappointed with that. It was this Christopher Fromel. I don't know if he is.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
I must have got the last name wrong then.
Yeah, but anyway, so she didn't really like me for that.
No, you were not like one of those teachers' pet students.
No.
No,
some teachers later on, yes, but definitely not her.
Yeah,
she really liked hockey playing students. So like Julia Fish and
they were in your class as well. So
yeah,
with
so
all the kids.
So I mean, she really liked her. And another thing was we had to do this like in grade 6. It was called like a non-governmental organization type of thing. So we just had to like make up this like company. And one thing that we had to do is we had to have these like some type of advertising goodie. So what I did was I took Jolly Ranchers and I had this like little tiny frying pan, and then I melted them up. I didn't combine flavors a bit, and then I would just pour it onto like a toothpick or something like that, and then I would just bring those to school like as a test. And yeah, people really liked it.
Huh.
But the thing is, I wanted to get something out of it. And one thing that the French teacher did was she had Madame Monet. So pretty much if you got like a good test or something like that, or if she just felt nice about you one particular day, she would give you this like little ticket. And then you'd be able to go to her, like, I don't know, over lunch, let's say, and you'd be able to get some snacks there.
Okay.
So the thing is, the things that she was selling were absolutely outrageous. So like, let's say $5 for a bag of chips, $2 for a chocolate bar, and these were like the tiny ones.
Wait, the teacher was selling these?
Yeah, the teacher. So the thing is,
she's just ripping off students.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What
so
the heck
it was
is
a
wrong
really
with
bad
this
deal.
woman?
And the thing is, so I started selling them for Madame Monet tickets, and like I would just have them for once, so it would be an amazing deal. You know what I mean?
Wait, so sorry, I don't get it. What did you do?
So I was selling these like lollipops that I made for Madame Monet money.
What do you mean Madame Monet money?
So like,
you sold it for the tickets.
Yeah, so they would get. Because the thing is, I didn't get any of that because I sucked at French.
Right,
so, I would. So people that were actually good at French, they would get a better deal by going to me and getting these lollipops that I made.
Okay.
And the thing is, she found about it, and then she took them all away, and she talked to our class about like how disappointed she is and stuff like that. And what's funny is like, but then again, she had some students that she liked. She said that all the students that she likes pretty much are going to be able to spend their tickets, but all the students that she doesn't like that got the tickets like some like half and half because of me won't be able to get it. So
she's a very little person. Goddamn. Like,
And another thing that I did, I mean, she was kind of like supervising our class, and we had to do some like presentation. I did this with Nathaniel Sensi about sweatshops.
Sweatshops. In grade what?
In grade 7.
Okay, grade 7.
So one thing I did was I made this joke when I was talking about like, oh, D'Angelo Rubino, he's like a sweatshop worker. He sweats so much on Fortnite, and he's never going to be able to get famous out of it. And the thing is, she really hated that joke, so she called me out to the hallway.
What?
And
you're a troublemaker.
Yeah. No, there was like I got a whole bunch of like trouble in.
That's so funny.
One thing that I did was I brought like all the chemicals that I got to school. I would pretty much bring there. So I had like some nickel chloride, and then I put it in this like little bottle, and then I like was talking about like, oh, how nasty it is. Like Eddie, like you're gonna get cancer if you look at it, smell it, taste it, touch it, or whatever. It was a complete joke.
Yeah. Right,
anyway, so I brought it to school, and then like it had a kind of like a nice green radioactive, I guess you could say, color to it. The thing is, the first day I brought it on Monday, it was okay. I showed it around, and then the second day though, I didn't take it out of my jacket pocket. The principal finds out about it. He says, Michael, did you bring something like this? And I said, yeah. And it was like, do you have it? I said, yeah, it's in my pocket. So then he took it with gloves on. He put it into like a bag, and then he threw it out. So I was like, oh, come on. I spent my whole weekend making that, and now you just take this chemical away from me.
So, I mean, was it dangerous? Was it like justified what they did?
Well, like at that time, like having something that would cause cancer, I would find quite dangerous. But now that I think about it, basically everything in chemistry is bad for you. So, like when I found out about it, that I was like carcinogenic, I just took all the bottles that I had of it and dumped it down the toilet. So I was like, damn, the fish in my neighborhood are not going to be living after this.
Oh my god, you're like a the Unabomber, but like completely opposite.
Yeah,
You killed the environment.
Yeah,
God.
that was kind of funny with the teacher. And then in grade 8, she left.
Oh, she left.
Yeah, and then
you killed her. She had enough of you.
I-
She left.
no,
the
she had a
school.
baby, so she
Oh,
left because
okay,
of maternity.
You know, for
And-
our middle school, we were just so annoying that the teacher left
Oh.
after us because we just played games the whole time.
I mean, not that many people liked her, so like the changes quite liked
I
her.
see.
And then we had another French teacher, Mr. Nicholson,
Mhm.
and yeah, he was great. So I
yeah.
partially liked French after it because of him.
Hmm.
And we also had like our homeroom class in grade 8, Mr. Emili, and this was during COVID, and he didn't really want to teach religion. So what he did was, since he was Italian, he made us play Scopa and Briscoe, which are like they'd have this like specific Italian decks of cards.
Mhm.
And
Italian deck of cards. What's the difference?
So they just have different symbols.
Oh.
So you would have like ace to 7, and then you would have like there were like 3 other. I think it was like king, horse, or servant, or something like that. I don't know for sure.
Oh, interesting.
But pretty much just like a different like set of cards that you would specifically play these Italian games with. And then one of the projects that he made us do was we would have to pick one of these cards and then replicate it.
Replicate it, like draw it?
Yeah, like draw it.
Oh, okay.
So that was one of the projects. And then what I did was I took like the ace of some again. I don't really remember now, but what I did was I took the like just the paper that I was drawing it on and I put it onto like a laptop screen. So pretty much I got perfect proportions.
Oh, a lot of people do that. A lot of people used to do that.
Yeah, so I traced it out. So it looked really good. The thing is, like there was no way I'd be able to draw something like that well, like just freehand. Because
not me neither.
Yeah, I would follow a little bit after my dad with like just designing things. So I had absolutely no skill drawing things by hand. So I would only be using rulers. In that time, I would not be able to like draw.
If you vibe with this combo, drop a like, leave a comment, and hit that sub button. We'll catch you next time on Different Walks, Different Talks.